Hello and good afternoon. Hopefully, you are having an amazing day. I wanted to come on and bring you a live update as to what is happening with the Miami commercial real estate market. So, yesterday I had the honor and the pleasure of attending an invite only event. It was called The Commercial Landscape of Miami, hosted by the Miami Herald and also 830 Brickell. So we had the editor there. If you haven't read her articles, they are very, very good. Jane Wooldridge. She writes specifically about commercial real estate and everything that is happening in Miami for the Miami Herald. Also, we had Terry Blanca. She is the founder of Blanca Commercial Real Estate, specializing in the Brickell area. We also had Yap Donath. He's actually the Senior Vice President of Research for the Beacon Council. The Beacon Council helps businesses here in Miami-Dade, Florida. We also had Mark Miller, who works for JLL. JLL is obviously a commercial manager as well as a real estate firm. And then we had a good friend of mine, Christina Crespi, who is the director of the Miami DDA. Miami DDA is always providing valuable information for developers and businesses as to what is happening here in Miami. Again, this event was sponsored by the Miami Herald as well as 830 Brickell. 830 Brickell is a new development tower coming up of offices, luxury offices, as well as full amenities. It's really a very unique Class A plus tower that is coming in. And I just wanted to bring you kind of a resume of what we learned and share with you what is happening with the commercial real estate market. So year over year in Brickell, there's been a 5.5% increase in the rental amount. So rents have continued to increase. The average cost right now for rent in Brickell is about $62 per square foot, triple net. That is very, very affordable when you look at other major cities in comparison to New York, Los Angeles, etc. We also got to talk a little bit about co-working. And even though in Miami, a lot of people think we have a ton of co-working space, we have about a total of 1.5 million square feet, which is total of about 4% of the office market. So there's actually a lot of room here for co-working space. WeWork, if you don't know what WeWork is a co-working space. We have leased with them multiple times. They have great opportunities available for startups as well as businesses that are in transition that might be looking to grow over time. And they just have a great model. Obviously, WeWork has been in the news here for the last few months about everything as far as their evaluation goes, as far as a business structure. But anyways, one thing that I had not considered that was brought up is kind of the WeWork model. As you know, everything now is all about the power of data collection, and WeWork has been in business for several years, collecting data as far as what companies are growing, the average employee size, what office space they're leasing, what square footage they need, who's grabbing snacks, what type of coffee people drink. So all that data that they've been collecting is definitely useful statistics. Even if WeWork goes out of business, there will be another operator who might buy them out. Regis has been a long time worldwide co-working space here that have been in existence for a long time. And then again, WeWork is just bringing a different type of community into the place. Another interesting fact that we're seeing here in Miami is most offices are leasing space with an average of less than 50 employee count. So a lot of smaller businesses are taking their placehold here in Miami. So again, most offices less than 50 employee count. Some major moves that we're seeing to Miami, Florida, are both international and national tech companies. A few months ago, we had, Amazon headquarters that was looking to do a whole thing here and all that stuff. So that was a big player. Then, the second one was financial services. A lot of attorneys, major accounting companies, major financial services that are moving their offices, a lot of life sciences. There's actually a lot of research that is happening here in Miami. Aviation, because we're so close to the airport and Miami is the central hub. Aviation, there's a lot of aviation companies that are coming in. Trade and logistics, because of the port in Miami as well as the airport here, trade and logistics company are moving here as well. Where are they coming from? Pretty much they're coming from all over the place. The Northeast, New York, Boston, Washington, D.C. has a lot of companies that are moving because of the tax structure. Also, we're seeing a large move from Chicago. Things out of Texas as well, and obviously the West Coast, LA, San Diego, Seattle. We're seeing companies to start to either relocate or expand their businesses here. Now, again, when they relocate, because they are becoming Florida companies, they have substantial tax savings. And again, you could check with your tax planner, tax accountant, or your CPA to see what the advantages are of positioning your business here in Florida. And then finally, what do we have here? We have a lot of international, multinational companies that are growing here in Miami. They want to have a placeholder here in Miami, especially if they do business in Central America and South America. Again, Miami has always been a hub, a connector to South America, to Central America and the Caribbean, and bringing that in. Personally, again, we have the offices that we are selling 2 blocks north of the Aventura Hospital. So we are bringing in doctors, groups of doctors, as well as professional users. On Friday, we met with some attorneys there that were looking at space. So the office market is definitely performing well here in Miami. If you're looking to grow or expand your business, feel free to contact me, and I can definitely show you what areas in Miami are beneficial to you. Obviously, we have the beaches, we have the boardwalks, we have fun things for people to do, and a lot of business enterprises are looking for that. Easiest way to contact me is you could send me a message through here. You could get all my contact information on my website, maxcruzrealtor.com, or you could call me directly. If I don't answer, please leave me a message. 786-592-8102. Again, Maxim Cruz, 786-592-8102. One question that I was a little bit disappointed about the answers that we got was public transportation. If you've ever visited Miami, if you're trying to link from the airport to the downtown area, I think we have a very efficient system. Getting around downtown, going into Brickell, we have the Metro Mover, we have the Ubers that work very, very well. Now we have the scooters that they've added here. So that's a fairly easy location to get by. The beach, if you've ever been to Miami Beach, anything pretty much south of 42nd Street on the beach, is fairly accessible. There's a pretty good trolley system that you could take. Also, it's not that far walking. But for a business enterprise, when a lot of the residents live outside of downtown, talking about taking the commuter rail or commuting into the downtown or the Brickell area, I think there are still some challenges that were brought up. Another thing that wasn't mentioned was just the Miami heat. If you've been here in the summertime, it's tough for people to take public transportation, to wait at a bus stop for 45-50 minutes up to an hour in a suit in a business setting when they're trying to get to a location. It's a little bit different than I think New York when we try to compare ourselves with the city. But Miami is very young as a city. There's still a lot of opportunity, a lot of work that's happening here as far as the public transportation. Also, autonomous vehicles, self-driving vehicles, the whole way that we use vehicles here in the future is also going to change with that. And I know Miami is bracing a lot of the 5G technology in order to accommodate for everything that's going to happen there. So again, I'm personally not planning on giving up my car yet. It's tough for you to walk here in 10 minutes when it's 95 degrees, the sun is blazing, and it's like 100% humidity. So to rely 100% on public transportation and give up the cars, you'd have to be very, very central to saying, okay, well, I work in Brickell, I live in Brickell, next door to where I work, I do everything in Brickell, and I don't ever leave that area. Overall, I think that would work. But outside of that, if you live, 20 miles or 15 miles north or west or south of the city, I think it's very, very difficult time-wise. It's going to take a lot of time out of your day to rely just on public transportation. And also feasibility-wise, especially if you live out west, places like Doral, places like Weston, maybe going a little bit up north towards Plantation, where you're so far west and your commute is south, where am I going? Southeast towards downtown Miami. There isn't a lot of public transportation that's available, so you have to do a mix of driving and public transportation, and at that point it's just economically not feasible. It's probably just cheaper for you to drive and faster to do it, because from Weston to downtown Miami, you're probably looking at a 3-hour public transportation commute when you might be a half an hour to a 40-minute drive in car. Even with traffic, it might be an hour, hour and a half. So it's still much more effective to take your own personal vehicle. So that's what's going on with the Miami commercial as of this year. We're excited about 2020. Businesses continue to come to Miami to grow Miami, and we continue to service those businesses. If you want more information, again, easiest way to contact me is DM me through here. Go on my website, maxcruzrealtor.com. There you can get all of my contact information, or you can text and call me directly. My name is Maxim Cruz. My telephone number is 786-592-8102. With that, have an awesome day, and I'll see you on here on the next video.